Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are still in this channel down pattern, this massive channel down pattern that we entered back in May 2022. Since then, we've been in this slope to the downside, and with this pullback that we had June 9th, which is funny enough, we had the last Theta update was June 9th, but I think we were sitting at 80 cents or something, maybe 79 cents, I can't remember. But then during the day, we had a dip all the way down to the bottom of the channel pattern. And we were talking about this for many months. Even when we had the rejection here in April off of $1.10, I said that every single time, well, almost every single time you hit the resistance of the channel, you come back down to the support. That's what you have to expect, because if you're in the channel, you have to expect to adhere to the channel's support and resistance. So after every bounce off of the resistance, you have to expect a bounce off of the support, and so on and so forth. Here, we did not get that. Obviously, it's not going to be accurate 100% of the time, but you can see that if you took profits over here, you would have been able to buy all the way down here just based off of this channel. And that's a 50% drop. To be honest with you, this is quite the drop for an altcoin from these April highs. And if you're not buying at these prices, at these lows, then I think you're being a bit greedy, because if you're waiting for 5 to 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever, maybe it comes, maybe it doesn't, but I don't think we're going to be doing another 70 or 80% pullback from current prices. There could be a black swan event coming at the end of the year. Maybe with the recession, we might see a strong pullback for altcoins. We might see a black swan event at the start of 2024, just like we saw a black swan event in 2020, specifically in March. Now, if you also noticed, we still have our major support block from 77.5 cents, or actually 79 cents, down to 55 cents. And this is based on this trading range that we had back in 2020. So we had a back test of resistance in October, a back test of support in November, and after that we exploded into the bull market. And right now we're coming back down and we're retesting this area. We had the first retest in December 2022. The second time we dipped even lower, almost getting down to 55 cents. I kept talking about this support block for ages. We were talking about it all the way back in June, July last year. And right now, what we should be expecting based off of the channel logic is we're going to be seeing a move to the upside. So we might be looking at a retracement to approximately $1. From where we are right now, if you're looking to enter that and potentially swing trade or just have a short-term trade, that could be almost 40% profit. Not too bad, but I would be careful. I would be careful, because if I remove the channel down pattern, I remove the fib, you can see that we're hitting our head on the top of the block and we're running into it as resistance. The 55 EMA is pushing us down as well, so we could be retracing all the way back down to 55 cents. So maybe set up some buy limit orders in advance, just so you can catch these prices in case we have another quick drop. Not a financial advice, of course. And if we take a look at the fib retracement here, we set it up from the swing, from the swing high in November down to the swing low in October. We retested the 1.618 and had a perfect move to the upside. And this was a very good entry at 72.5 cents. We saw an 80% move to the upside from there. After that, like I said, 50% drop, even actually 56%. And if you weren't buying here, and if you take a look at the daily RSI, this was screaming at you. This was screaming buy. And if you didn't buy there, you still have an opportunity This doesn't mean that you missed out on buying Theta, but you may not get back down to these prices. Although, honestly, like I said, I still think we're going to be seeing a capitulation and we could be printing lower lows. And that's exactly what we have been doing. So we printed this December 2022 low, and now we're printing a lower low. So we're just continuing in this massive channel down pattern, in this massive downtrend. Until we break a major resistance level, I don't expect us to, get into the bull market. Now, when we were retracing here in 2023 in January, I told you that we have to break above the August 2022 high in order for me to say that we're probably, we've probably printed the bottom here in December. We're not going to be coming back down any lower. What we did instead is we printed a lower high and then we continued down. So until we break this major high, I'm not going to be expecting anything major. We can roll down as low as we want, and if you're bullish on a project, the current prices should not be scaring you. In fact, you should be even more bullish. And quickly switching over to the daily RSI, you can see we have a massive support block from 34.6 down to 26.5 on the index. Every single time we enter that, we are provided with a very good buying opportunity for a short to mid-term trade and for long-term hodling as well. We dipped below that actually in June, just in the middle of the month, and we've never been this low on the daily chart. We've never been this low. So we were extremely oversold, and this was an amazing buying opportunity. Right now we saw a bit of a move to the upside. We're kind of breaking above this yellow resistance trend line that we had, and maybe it's going to play a part in the future. I'm just going to leave it for potential swing trades, but for now, yeah, doesn't look like it's playing out. We can also extend this one just to have it on the charts. We've had multiple retests of this trend line as well, so I'm just going to keep these trend lines as points of reference in case we're going to be pumping and I'm going to be taking some profits or swing trading. As of right now, I would wait because you don't want to be buying into a project after this impulsive move. We don't want to be buying these massive moves to the upside, and potentially we could be heading back down and filling up this wick. Like I said, we could retrace all the way back down to 55, 56 cents. Right now from this low, we're sitting approximately 25% up, which is quite a lot. So I would just wait a little bit. I know I said 80 cents and anything cheaper is really good, but if you really want to enter right now, you can do that. Obviously, it's not a big deal. So based on the RSI, I wouldn't really be entering right now, but if we take a look at the price action, we've actually been pulling back down quite significantly. So if you want to start building your position, feel free to do so right now. Not a financial advice, but these are extremely low prices. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we have a massive support block from 78 cents down to 60 cents based on the 2020 trading range. On the weekly chart, it's slightly different because of the candle closures. But if we zoom in, you can see that we essentially retraced back down to this bottom that we printed in November 2020. Now, if we lose this support, it's not going to be looking very good, I'll be honest with you, because you've had a massive move to the upside here, and we don't have much support here. We don't have much trading data or trading ranges. So what could end up happening is that we're going to be looking at the next support block, and I'm going to set it up right now. So this is going to be our next support block, and it's based off of this high that we printed in May 2020 and based on this low that we printed in August 2020. So this is what I would be expecting us to retest if we were to lose the green block. I don't know if we will. I don't have a crystal ball, guys. I'm here to give you all the possibilities. And if I get the price tags here, so between 42.5 cents all the way down to 35 cents, that's going to be a massive, massive support level for us to hold if we lose the green block. Maybe if we have a capitulation, we could have a large wick down here and then a quick recovery, kind of what we did back here in March 2020. But we'll see. We'll just be reacting to what the markets give us. If we take a look at the 20 EMA here, this is going to be our major resistance trend line moving forward, because once you get below the 20 EMA, you are in a downtrend. And once you get above it, you are in an uptrend. And you can also see we have a descending resistance trend line here that we've been retesting since August 2022. We want to break above that finally, have a back test of support and move to the upside. We need the volume indicator to come in and confirm that breakout. Until then, this is accumulating. This is only accumulating, guys. I would stay away from leverage trading, futures, swing trading right now because we are very close to the bottom. We potentially could drop lower, but the lower you get, the riskier it is for you to swing trade and expose yourself to these unnecessary leverage trading positions, because you could let's say do another 15% to the downside, and you're going to open a short position because you're going to go like, hey, we're dropping, we're probably going to go lower, and then you're going to have a massive reversal. You never know what's going to happen. So just don't expose yourself to unnecessary risks. Now, taking a look at the weekly RSI, we're retesting the support block between 35.8 down to 31.8. And we've come back down here very nicely. And based on this, I would say this is a pretty good buying opportunity right now, like a solid entry. The stochastic is down below the index of 20, which means we're oversold. The RSI dipped into a previous support block that we've been retesting since January 2020. So on the weekly chart, I would say we're actually looking pretty good. And if you want to be entering right now, I'm not going to tell you that that's a bad decision, because I've been entering myself. I built a pretty good position in Theta. And full transparency, I own Theta, but I'm not being biased here. Like I said, we could be dropping significantly lower. We don't know where the bottom is going to be. Once we start breaking above massive and strong resistance levels, then we can actually confirm that the bottom was printed. But I want to thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something useful. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know if I missed out anything important on the charts. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.